In this podcast episode, Ben Shapiro delves into a variety of timely and controversial topics shaping American culture and politics. The discussion opens with a critique of the recent Grammy Awards, focusing on celebrity political posturing, particularly related to immigration enforcement and the Trump administration. The episode then transitions to an analysis of the latest release of Jeffrey Epstein-related documents by the Department of Justice, dissecting what the evidence truly shows and debunking some popular but unsubstantiated claims. Finally, the political implications of immigration debates and enforcement in various U.S. cities are examined, including insights into recent electoral trends and legislative conflicts. Ben Shapiro begins by offering a candid perspective on the recent Grammy Awards, portraying it as a gathering of America's cultural elite who simultaneously reward each other and use the platform to express staunchly progressive political opinions. The Grammys are described as a microcosm of Hollywood's social and political environment, one that often features intense self-congratulation and performative activism rather than genuine celebration of music or culture. The political messaging overwhelmingly targeted immigration and customs enforcement, ICE, and the Trump administration, with multiple artists delivering speeches that condemned immigration enforcement policies. Among the most notable moments was Puerto Rican artist Bad Bunny's criticism of ICE, despite his status as a U.S. citizen, which met with enthusiastic applause from an audience disconnected from the realities of immigration enforcement. Similarly, Billie Eilish declared, "Nobody is illegal on stolen land," a sweeping and historically simplistic statement resonating with the crowd, but largely disconnected from legal realities. Gloria Estefan equated ICE actions to historical atrocities, a comparison Shapiro strongly rejects as an inappropriate and inaccurate analogy. Trevor Noah, serving as the event host, injected political jabs, including unsubstantiated insinuations involving Donald Trump and the Jeffrey Epstein scandal, leading to a public denial and threat of legal action by Trump himself on social media. Shapiro points out that when cultural tastemakers uniformly push a political agenda, it shapes public discourse and societal norms, often creating a narrow echo chamber resistant to dissenting views. The celebrity camaraderie at these events reflects an elite social circle where politics and culture blend, but with limited connection to the everyday opinions and realities of the wider American public. The conversation then shifts to the Department of Justice's recent release of approximately 3.5 million pages of documents related to Jeffrey Epstein. Shapiro critiques the manner of this release, noting the improper redaction of victim names, a serious breach of privacy that the DOJ initially sought to avoid. The documents reportedly contain a vast array of raw data, including many unverified and unverifiable claims submitted through tips, making it a challenge to discern credible information from rumor or falsehood. Among the most sensational allegations circulating on the internet are unproven claims involving Donald Trump, Bill Clinton, and other prominent individuals in Epstein's entourage. The DOJ's Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche, interviewed during the week, emphasized that many tip line submissions are uninvestigatable and that no prosecutable evidence has been uncovered against Trump or others concerning the most salacious accusations. Blanche also highlighted ongoing federal efforts to combat child exploitation and trafficking unrelated to these files, to counter misinformation about DOJ inaction. Shapiro details several confirmed facts. Epstein had extensive connections with wealthy and powerful figures who continued to associate with him even after his 2008 conviction for procuring minors. Elon Musk's name appears in emails with Epstein, although Musk denies involvement in any wrongdoing and asserts he refused invitations to Epstein's island. Other notable names linked romantically, socially, or professionally to Epstein include Bill Gates, Steve Bannon, and various high-profile politicians and business leaders. While some speculate about potential blackmail operations or foreign intelligence involvement, Shapiro underscores that these theories currently lack conclusive evidence and should be treated with caution. The episode stresses the importance of separating substantiated facts from conspiracy theories, warning against the viral spread of unverified allegations which muddy the understanding of the Epstein scandal and distract from prosecuting actual crimes. Ben Shapiro reviews recent developments in immigration enforcement, particularly battles between federal agencies like ICE and local jurisdictions attempting to obstruct their work. Minneapolis and Seattle are highlighted as cities where local leaders restrict cooperation with ICE, with courts recently upholding the federal government's right to operate in these regions. The political posturing around immigration enforcement is described as performative, with local officials and activists portraying federal agents as oppressors, while often ignoring the legal and administrative frameworks involved. A particularly contentious case discussed involved an asylum seeker and his child in Texas, where a district judge issued a ruling critical of immigration enforcement's procedures, invoking lofty rhetoric about American ideals. Shapiro critiques the judge's decision as politically motivated rather than grounded in legal precedent, emphasizing that administrative warrants have long been used in deportation cases and that the criticisms ignore established immigration law realities. The episode also touches on legislative efforts in cities like Philadelphia and Los Angeles to limit ICE's ability to operate, including bans on federal agents masking their identities during operations. Local police chiefs express concern over the potential for interagency conflict stemming from such measures. Maxine Waters is quoted voicing strong opposition to ICE's presence, symbolizing the political willingness among some Democrats to challenge federal immigration enforcement aggressively. Turning to the broader political consequences, Shapiro notes that while immigration and border security remain contentious issues, Republicans have not yet capitalized electorally on public concerns about immigration enforcement and the perceived chaos at the border. Instead, Democrats have experienced unexpected success in recent special elections, including flipping a historically Republican Texas state Senate district by a significant margin. These wins in traditionally red areas indicate shifting political dynamics and momentum favoring Democrats ahead of the 2026 midterms. The discussion includes an overview of competitive Republican primary contests in Texas for the U.S. Senate seat, highlighting uncertainty over candidates like Ken Paxton and John Cornyn, and the potential impact on the general election. Shapiro warns that with several vulnerable Republican-held Senate seats nationwide, including in states like North Carolina, Ohio, Iowa, Texas, and Maine, the GOP faces a challenging political environment. The episode concludes this segment by introducing a forthcoming book titled A Better Life by author Lionel Shriver. Shriver's work uses a family and household metaphor to explore the complexities of immigration, dependency, and generational responsibility in contemporary America. The story centers on a young man living at home who resents the influx of migrants but fails to take responsibility for his own life or contribute constructively, a reflection on broader societal and cultural issues connected to immigration policy debates. Shapiro praises the book for its insightful portrayal of conflicting viewpoints and the need for active engagement in preserving cultural and national identity.